Is your sales team scaling human relationships, or are they simply scaling noise? It is a question that keeps many revenue leaders up at night. As we move further into the era of artificial intelligence, the line between helpful engagement and digital spam has become razor thin. We have all been on the receiving end of a poorly timed, generic, automated email that feels like it was written by a robot and sent by a blender. But what happens when the robot gets smarter? The shift from generative AI, tools that simply help us write better sentences, to autonomous outreach marks a massive turning point in how businesses grow. Autonomous agents like HubSpot Breeze don't just draft a message, they research the lead, identify the right timing, and execute the engagement without a human pulling every single lever. It sounds like a dream for productivity, right? Yet, it often triggers a specific fear, the fear of the bot. There is a valid concern that handing over the keys to an autonomous agent will lead to a brand-damaging flood of outreach that lacks empathy and ethics. However, the data tells us we cannot afford to sit on the sidelines. According to Gartner, by 2025, a full 30% of outbound messages from large organizations are synthetically generated. The goal isn't to avoid AI, it's to implement it with a set of ethical guardrails that ensure your outreach remains human-centric, even when it's autonomous. Understanding the Breeze paradigm, from tools to agents. To set ethical guardrails, we first need to understand what we are actually controlling. In the past, automated outreach meant a static sequence. You put 100 people in a bucket, and they all got the same 3 emails over 9 days. It was rigid. HubSpot's Breeze prospecting agent is fundamentally different. It acts as an autonomous agent within your CRM. Instead of following a linear path, it uses intent signals. It looks at who is visiting your pricing page, who recently changed jobs on LinkedIn, or who just downloaded a specific white paper. This level of autonomous outreach is powerful because it allows for contextual relevance. But with great power comes the black box anxiety. Sales leaders worry that if they can't see every single move the AI makes in real time, the AI might hallucinate or send something wildly inappropriate. Think of it this way. Traditional automation is like a train on a track. It can only go where the rails are laid. An autonomous agent is like a self-driving car. It has a destination, but it makes its own decisions on how to navigate traffic. Our job as leaders is to set the traffic laws for that car. The ethical pillars of autonomous outreach. Why do we care about ethics in sales? Because trust is the only currency that matters in B2B. If a prospect feels tricked by an AI, that trust is gone forever. To maintain it, we have to lean on 3 specific pillars. 1, transparency and authenticity. Do you have to tell a prospect they are talking to an AI? This is a hot debate. While some argue for total disclosure, others suggest that if the value provided is high enough, the medium doesn't matter. The ethical middle ground is authenticity. Your autonomous outreach should never claim to be a specific human doing research if it is actually an agent. It should represent the brand's voice honestly. 2, data privacy as a priority. Ethical AI is compliant AI. One of the biggest risks of manual sales outreach is a human rep ignoring opt-out requests or scraping data in ways that violate GDPR or CCPA. An autonomous agent like Breeze can actually be more ethical than a human because it never forgets a privacy setting. It checks compliance at a programmatic level before every single send. 3, relevance is the ultimate ethics. Let's be direct. Spam isn't defined by who sent it. It's defined by how useless it is. If you send a relevant, helpful resource to someone who actually needs it, that is a service. If you send a generic pitch to someone who has no need for your product, that is spam. Autonomous outreach succeeds when it uses data to ensure that 100% of its messages are relevant. McKinsey research shows that 71% of consumers now expect companies to deliver personalized interactions, and 76% get frustrated when this doesn't happen. Ethical AI isn't just about being nice. It's about meeting the consumer's demand for relevance. Setting the guardrails, practical implementation. How do we actually keep Breeze on the right path? It isn't about luck. It's about configuration. Use your knowledge base as a filter. One of the most effective ways to prevent rogue AI behavior is to train your agents on your own private data. Instead of letting an AI pull from the general internet, you can ground it in your company's white papers, case studies, and brand guidelines. This ensures the autonomous outreach sounds like your best sales rep, not a generic chatbot. The human in the loop, shell strategy. Autonomous does not mean unsupervised. You should establish clear trigger points where the AI must hand off the conversation to a human. For example, the complexity trigger. If a lead asks a deep technical question about pricing or security, the agent should immediately flag a human rep. The sentiment trigger. If the AI detects frustration or sarcasm in a lead's reply, it should stop outreach instantly and alert a manager. Define your off-limits accounts. Every company has whale accounts or sensitive partners that require a 100% manual high-touch approach. Your guardrails should include a red list of domains that the autonomous outreach agent is never allowed to contact. This protects your most valuable relationships from any potential AI hiccups. Solving the spam fear, quality over quantity. The fear that AI will spam leads usually comes from a volume-first mindset. In the old world of sales, if your reply rate was 1%, you simply sent more emails. In the new world of AI and sales, we flip the script. By using Breeze prospecting agents, you can focus on intent-based outreach. Instead of sending 1,000 emails to a cold list, the agent might send 50 highly targeted messages based on real-time triggers. This marks the end of MQLs, Marketing Qualified Lead, as we know it. We no longer need to pass leads who just downloaded a PDF to a human rep to see if they are interested. The autonomous agent can handle that initial qualification through a helpful, low-pressure conversation. This ensures that by the time a human sales rep enters the chat, the lead is pipeline ready. Consider this example. A software company uses Breeze to monitor LinkedIn. When a target prospect mentions they are struggling with data silos, the agent sends a one-to-one message with a link to a specific case study about solving data silos. There is no pitch, just value. This isn't spam, it's proactive problem solving. The cost of inaction versus the cost of mistakes. There is a risk in using AI, but there is a much larger risk in ignoring it. If your competitors use autonomous outreach to reach leads 10x faster than you, your business will struggle to survive. However, going fast without guardrails leads to digital pollution. If your domain gets blacklisted because your AI was too aggressive, your entire marketing engine grinds to a halt. The cost of mistakes is high, which is why the guardrail phase of implementation is the most important part of your AI strategy. High-growth companies are already making this move. According to the Salesforce State of Sales report, high-growth organizations are 2.3x more likely to use AI in their sales processes than those with stagnant or declining revenue. They aren't just using it to work faster, they are using it to work smarter. Integrating Breeze into your tech stack safely. The reason HubSpot Breeze is a safe choice for autonomous outreach is its integration. When an AI tool is a plugin or a third-party wrapper, it often lacks the full context of your customer history. It might email someone who is already a customer or someone who just had a bad support experience. Because Breeze lives inside HubSpot, it has access to the single source of truth. It knows if the person has an open support ticket, if they just talked to a different rep yesterday, if they are already in a late-stage deal. This native integration is the ultimate guardrail. It prevents the left hand not knowing what the right hand is doing problem that plagues so many sales teams. The future of trust-based sales. The future of sales isn't human versus AI, it's human plus AI. We are moving away from the era of how many emails can we send toward one of how much value can we provide autonomously. The ethics of autonomous outreach boil down to respect. Respect for the prospect's time, their data, and the relationship you are trying to build. Setting guardrails for Breeze isn't about limiting the tool, it's about giving it the structure it needs to succeed. When you have the right filters, the right data, and the right human oversight, autonomous agents don't replace your sales team. They free your sales team to do what they do best: build deep, complex, and high-value relationships with other humans. At Aspiration Marketing, we specialize in helping businesses navigate this complex transition. We understand that turning on the AI is the easy part. The hard part, and the most rewarding part, is building the strategic and ethical framework that makes that AI a brand asset rather than a liability. We help our clients implement HubSpot Breeze agents by focusing on strategic grounding, training your agents on your specific B2B knowledge base to ensure a consistent brand voice, governance frameworks, setting up the human-in-the-loop triggers that keep your team in control, optimization, using data-driven insights to refine outreach scripts and intent triggers for maximum relevance. If you are worried about AI spamming your leads, you are thinking about it the right way. That caution is what will make you a leader in the space. You just need the right partner to help you turn that caution into a competitive advantage. The world of AI in sales is moving fast. Don't let the fear of mistakes stop you from evolving. Instead, let's build the guardrails together so you can scale your outreach with confidence and integrity.